Hello everybody, Tyron Cannon here, and welcome back to another episode of my Pokemon Leaving Dex Challenge here on Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Today, we are finally going to be catching some Pokemon with 3 episodes into Season 2, and we haven't caught a single Pokemon yet. But we're finally going to remedy that today. Hang on, there we go. Now I can move around. I was on a different screen. We've got to head back to Route 29. There are 2 new encounters for us on this route. Neither of them will be team members, but of course we will be catching them. Let me just do something very quickly. I'm going to go back to the Pokemon Center. I will keep this in just because I want to, and I don't really feel like editing this out, but that's okay. We're going to do it anyway. We're going to go to someone's PC, going to move Pokemon. We're going to go to box 6. That way, when we catch the Pokemon, because we've already got the 5 Meowth in our party, they will just automatically be transferred to box 6. But that's okay. Now, there will be a little bit of fiddling around in this episode because some of the Pokemon that need to be caught, one thing I should probably mention is, before I go on to what I was going to say, is that there's a day-night cycle in this game. So some Pokemon can only be caught during the day, other Pokemon can only be caught at night. On this route, one Pokemon can be caught during the day, the other one's caught at night. So we're going to try and find the day one first. Hopefully we can find it fairly quickly. If it's not this first one, I'll just edit it out until we find it. It's Pidgey, that's not who we're looking for. I'll be back once we find the brand new encounter. Alright, second encounter, not too bad. It is Sentret. Now, Sentret is very, very cute. It's probably a Pokemon that I would want as a pet. It's not very good. It's the nicest thing I can say about it. It's got a base stat total of 215. For reference, Cyndaquil's is like high 200s. So we're just going to try and burn it, chip its HP down that way, and then it's got a fairly high catch rate. When it evolves, it's quite good in double battles, which isn't something I'm going to really be showcasing in single player mode, obviously. But there are going to be some times where maybe it might be useful in double battles later, if like in the battle tower and that kind of thing, which is something I will try and do. No, we couldn't catch it on that occasion. It evolves into its full evolution at level 15. And it's quite fast when it fully evolves. It's got a base stat of 90. I'm not going to tell you what it fully evolves into just because I don't want to give it away, because I believe we can catch it later on. But if you're persistent with it and you desperately want to use it on your team, you know, I'm not going to stop you. It's got a decent move pool. It is a bit more of a physical attacker than a special attacker, but it gets access to cool moves like Flamethrower, Thunderbolt, Solar Beam, so yeah, no reason to not add it to your team if you really, really want it to. Now, I'm going to change the time on my computer. There you go, Professor Oak is calling us for some reason. Hello, this is Professor Oak. You're moving on at an incredible pace. You remind me of myself when I was younger. I believe that's just referencing how many Pokemon we've caught, because we've caught so many. So that was nice of him. So anyway, we're going to try and find the one we catch at night. Hopefully we can find it fairly soon. First encounter, it's a Hoot Hoot. Hoot Hoot is great. It should be a Psychic type, but it's not. It gets access to cool moves like Hypnosis, Psychic the move. It evolves at level 20. We can catch its fully evolved form later. I did consider using it on my team, but I did a last minute change of plans. I decided to go with something else. But this is the Johto regional bird. So it's got a good, let me have a look at its base stat total while we try and catch it. 262, really bulky in special defense. It's got a special defense stat of 56. Gets access to Air Slash, Extrasensory, Hypnosis, all leveling up moves, and then gets Psychic via TM. Anyway, no nickname for Hoot Hoot. Let's move on to Route 30, which is also where we need to go. Because there's one more encounter on Route 30, which is a nighttime encounter, I believe. I'm looking at my notes. It is a nighttime encounter, so let's go and find it. Hopefully it's this one here. No, it's not. All right, I'm gonna cut away until we find it, so just bear with me. I'll be back in a sec. And there we go, second encounter again. It is Spinnerack. Now, Spinnerack is bug poison type. It's not too bad. I wouldn't use it on my team. It evolves at level 22 into, again, a bug poison type. It's got a good physical attack stat. It gets access to some pretty cool moves. But just because it's not very strong, like, I wouldn't use it personally. But like, you can still use it if you want. I've only got 2 Pokeballs left, so after this I'm going to go back and buy some more if I don't catch it here. 3, there we go, nice. Okay. Spinnerack was caught. We're not going to give it a nickname again. But those are all the new encounters in Heart Gold for these upcoming routes. I'm going to jump back to Soul Silver now and find the version exclusive. I should mention that Spinnerack is a version exclusive. Now, Soul Silver's version exclusives can be found during the day. So I'm going to change the date and time, not the date, but just the time back to daytime, and then we'll run into the wild encounter. So bear with me while I buy some Pokeballs. We're going to buy 17. Just spend all of our money. We get a Premier Ball for free as an added bonus. Do we have any selling items that we can potentially sell? Looks like we don't. We have potions. We'll keep those. No, we're all good. Alright, I'll be back with Soul Silver, so bear with me for just a second. Alrighty guys, back here on Soul Silver, we are ready to go to Route 30. We're also back in the daytime. There is one encounter here for us on Route 30. It's not a Weedle. I might just use Ancient Power on this one. It's a 30% encounter that we're looking for, so it should be fairly common. So I'm not going to bother cutting out this battle, excuse me. Probably get to level 29 here is level 29. Wow, level 8, gain 29 experience. That's probably another reason why I didn't cut it out, because we're about to level up. So if this isn't the one that we're looking for, it isn't. I will be back again once we find the Pokemon we're looking for. Alright, finally showed up. I actually did a boo-boo. There's 3 time schedules in Pokemon. There's morning, day, and night. So this Pokemon only appears in the morning, so I had to change the time into closer to the morning. I should change it to 9 o'clock, because I'm currently recording this at 11, and the morning ends at 10. So that's why I couldn't find it for 5 minutes. I was like, what is happening? Why can't I find this Pokemon? It's a 30% encounter. Anyway, Ladybug, enough about me ranting on about time. Bug flying type, 4 times weak to rock, has an amazing move pool when it evolves, but its stats are terrible. So it's really, really unfortunate. It's got so much potential if its attack stat and special attack stat was just swapped. But I can't recommend it at all to anybody unless you like ladybugs. That's the only thing I can recommend it for. But it has the potential to be so good, but it's just not. But anyway, it's one we have to collect and catch. Ladybug was caught. No nickname for you. Not going to be a team member. Let's move on. We'll read its Pokedex entry, right? Why not? When weather turns cold, lots of ladybug gather from everywhere to cluster and keep each other warm. That's so cute. No nickname though. I'm gonna deposit this in the PC. I'm gonna deposit this back in the PC, and I'll be back on Heart Gold in just a sec. Alrighty guys, we're back in Cherry Grove City on Heart Gold. We're going to progress through the rest of Route 30 now, where there are no more Pokemon for us to catch. let's progress with the story. We've been running around aimlessly for the last 10 minutes just trying to catch Pokemon. It's a Metapod. I love Metapod so much. Metapod. But we're going to knock it out. Just get that experience. We're going to try and get to the next city by the end of this episode. Hopefully it shouldn't take us too long to get there. I will just quickly check something. I'm trying to remember. I'm not going to remember. I am going to remember, but that's okay. I was going to say we're going to catch a new team member, but no, we're not. It was on my initial short list of team members that I was going to catch, but I did, as I said, I changed it at the last minute. So what I've done, I don't think I've said exactly what I'm doing in terms of my team. So I think I've said before that I am going to use a bigger team over the course of the 2 games. Got our first trainer battle here against someone that's not our rival. So I will be using a bigger team across the 2 games. I'm going to be using approximately 17 Pokemon. Also, Youngster Joey is a recurring character in this series, so you will see him in other games as well. So I'm going to be using 1 Pokemon of every type, and then splitting the 17 types over the 2 games, so over Heart Gold and Soul Silver. And then depending on which battle needs to be completed and in what fashion, I will probably be swapping who goes onto Heart Gold and who goes onto Soul Silver. So it's really working as like 2 trainers working together, if that makes sense. But they're still going to be like separate teams. So for example, Cyndaquil is representing the fire element of the team, and Chikorita is representing the grass element. We'll be getting the water element fairly soon, I think. But there'll be 1 for each type except for Fairy, because Fairy doesn't exist yet. But I think that's sort of the process I will be using going forward. I won't be using just a strict team of 6. Just because I think, because of what I'm doing with my competitive stuff as well, having just a team of 6 and having really competitive move sets and stats, it's going to make the game far too easy. So I still want this game to be difficult. So I think having a larger team of potentially under-leveled Pokemon should balance the game out for me. So that's sort of the trade-off that I'm doing of having these competitive movesets, is having to do a lot more work than I otherwise would need to, if that makes sense. Hopefully that you guys can understand all of that. I'm not questioning your intellect or anything, but just understanding the decision-making behind it. Anyway, I'm not a trainer, but if you look one in the eyes, prepare to battle. Thank you for that keen insight. We've got another trainer here. These are all fairly short battles, so I'm not going to cut them out like I normally would. But also, with the music that I put in editing over the training battles, there's going to be different music from Season 1, so I'm still haven't found a track that I like. So in the meantime, I'm just going to talk over the top of these battles. As I said, they are fairly short, so it's not a big deal. Kylo gets to level... No, he doesn't. I was excited for a second there. Bugcatcher Don sends out a Caterpie. Have I run out of tea? I have. That is a sad state of affairs. But yeah, early game, it is quite easy to be over-leveled, but as the difficulty... sorry, not as the difficulty. As we get further into the game and the more people that we battle, the difficulty will go up, because we are going to find it difficult to keep the levels the same with everybody else in the game. So, and the level scaling in this game is quite weird. In this in Generation 2 games, it is quite weird. Anyway, we've made it to Route 31. I don't believe there are any new encounters, but I will double check. I'm pretty sure there's not. But as I said, I will double check. Route 31, there are no new encounters. So we can press on without the need to battle anybody. Or catch anybody, rather. But we are going to add another wild battle. Maybe I should be cutting these out. But we are going to be adding a... Actually, we are adding a new team member. I forgot we are. We are adding a new team member. Whoopsie. In the next city, I believe. Yeah, we are adding a new team member in the next city. So, technically speaking, we are. Because there are four new encounters. They're not really encounters as such, but they're Pokemon we are going to be able to obtain. I'm just going to run from this Metapod because I'm sick of battling wild Pokemon. I think there's a couple of trainer battles up here as well. This is the Dark Cave. We won't go in there just yet, because there is a new encounter in there. But it's a 1% encounter, and once we beat the gym in the next town, we get it a lot easier. So I'm just going to wait until we beat the gym. Apricorn tree. Is that a grey apricorn? Black. Close enough. Another trainer. Another bug catcher. There's a lot of bug catchers early on in this game, so Cyndaquil is going to have a fantastic time with all these bug Pokemon being a fire type. So yeah, we're just going to flamethrower through these battles. It's fairly straightforward. I don't think we'll get to the gym battle today, because I don't know how we're going to be going for time, but we might do that in the next episode. Might do the gym. See how we go. Another flamethrower. Again, these are all like level 2 Pokemon. We're level 10 and we've got super effective a super effective move, so there's not a lot of gameplay to this, so I do apologize for that. But as I said, I haven't got any music that I like to speed up the battles with, so... But once I do, I will speed up these battles, and normally they're not this long. There's always one guy with like 5 Magikarps early on, so I can't wait to battle that guy. So that'll be coming probably in a couple of towns' time, which is like a weird expression of time, but anyway. Level 10, no, level 11, sorry. Got some money, sent some to Mum. I just want to get this item. I will be collecting all of the phone numbers, because I think you get some cool stuff if you do. So if we're ever offered, I will try and collect all the phone numbers. I will be trying to complete this game as much as I can. Obviously, we won't be completing the national decks, because we would have already moved on to the next game by the time we catch all the Johto Pokemon. But like everything else, I'm going to be trying and completing. There's a lot of like daily quests and that kind of thing that you can do in this game, so I'm going to be trying to complete those just to showcase those. What's this guy's Sky Trainer? I found some good Pokemon in the Dark Cave. I'm going to raise it and take on Faulkner. He's the leader of the Violet City Gym. One thing I should mention, that all of the gyms in this region... Oh, hey Lyra. I'll get back to that in a sec. I knew it was you, Coop. How did you get past me? Here's something neat for surprising me. We obtained the VS Recorder, which is not a very useful item anymore. The VS Recorder can record your Pokemon battles. I have to go now. I won't let you pass me again. Let's go, Marill. Now, the VS Recorder is an item that if you're doing Wi-Fi battles and that kind of thing, you could save your battles if you wanted to keep them. But because Wi-Fi doesn't exist anymore for these games, it's essentially a useless item. So that's that. But I think maybe it's got something to do with the Battle Frontier as well. There is like some integration with that. I should check my Meowth to see if we've got any items. We do have some items. We've got 4 items. Nice. Okay, what do we got? We've got an Antidote. We've got an Ultra Ball. Whoopsie, I didn't mean to give it. Ultra Balls are amazing, especially this early. I'm still going to hang on to that in case of an emergency. We've got a Great Ball. I generally don't like Great Balls just for aesthetic reasons, and an Escape Rope. So this is all really good. Well done, Meowth. Good job. This is why you keep them around. You have awesome like abilities and items that you can get. But we're going to talk to this gentleman, because he is actually going to give us 3 Pokemon. Strictly not Pokemon, but Pokemon eggs. This guy's name is Primo. Let's talk to him. Hello, I should be a familiar face to every Pokemon fan. I'm from the TV show, The Show Me Show. I am Primo, the big brother. Today, would you, one of my fans, tell me what you think of me? We will tell you what you think of you. Now, if you go online and you find this website. I will put a link in the description of this website. It's very helpful. You need to get your trainer ID, which is on your trainer card in the main menu. You put this in, select the game, select the language that you're playing in, and it will generate you a bunch of codes or letters that you put into this the speech of what he's requesting you to do, and he can give you some cool wallpapers for your PC, and he gives you 3 Pokemon eggs, one of which will be a team member that I will be using. So I'm going to put all the codes in now. I'm not going to show it on screen because I don't want to spoil who the team member is, but I will show you who it is once the egg hatches, of course. So I'm going to do all these codes off camera, and then I'll show you the wallpapers as well because they're quite cute. So bear with me, I'll be back in a second. Alright guys, I am back. That took a lot longer than I thought it would because I actually got interrupted and actually had to stop recording for about 20 minutes. So I am back. I've spoken to Primo. I've obtained all the wallpapers as well as the 3 eggs. We don't know which one is which. They don't seem close to hatching, but we had to get rid of 3 of our Meowths. So I've still got 4 and 2. I had to get rid of the odd numbers. But I will show you the wallpapers that we got. They are quite cool and interesting. I will show them off now. So this is our standard wallpapers that we get. Then we get one with a certain legendary bird on it. I won't say who it is, but it's the mascot of Heart Gold, the mascot of Soul Silver, a Pokemon trainer on a TV, it looks like. This is the logo of the Pokeathlon. That's something we will deal with later. We've got one with all 3 starters in it, having a nice sort of cuddly family photo. We've got a Pichu and a spiky-eared Pichu. We'll get into spiky-eared Pichu later. A kimono girl in front of the bell tower. And Team Rocket. Will they make an appearance? We don't know. Probably. But that'll wrap it up for today's episode, guys. I think we've done a lot. We'll do the gym. One thing I was going to circle back to that I never did. All the gym badges, all the gym leaders will be doing gym battles with types that aren't in Kanto. So for example, this first gym leader will be a flying type. So we're not at an advantage or disadvantage with this one. Chikorita or Daisy on Soul Silver will be at a massive disadvantage being a grass type, but I don't know. She might add a team member that will help her out. We don't know. But thank you so much for watching up to this point, guys. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed. If you wish to join my Discord, there's a link to that in the description. I will also put a link to the Primo speech thing in the description as well. But until next time, I hope you have a lovely, lovely day, and I will see you next time for some more Pokemon Living Dex Challenge. See you guys then.